Hey there, this is Sean Donahoe, and I would like to ask you, how would you like to go from 0 to over 7,000 visitors a day? Now that sounds like a huge claim, but let me show you something. This is what my students have been doing over the last couple of weeks. For example, this one student went from a very small amount of traffic to over 7,700 visitors a day. Now that is a huge increase, but look at that. That's only happening over the last 2 weeks. And that's a 538% increase in traffic. But let's not stop there. Let's have a look at another student. Student number 2 went from almost zero traffic to over 576 visitors a day. And that's a 614% increase. Or how about this one that went from almost zero to over 1,700 visitors a day? That's an 897% increase. Now, all of this was really in under 7 days from the installation of this ultra simple plugin that I'm going to tell you about in just a few moments. Now, those numbers are truly huge, but how does that relate to actual profits? Because that's what we're doing here. So, let me show you what my students have been doing. First one has an AdSense site, you can see it here, and you can see last month they made $42. That's it for an entire month. Now, as of February 15th, they have already made $381 just from one site alone. And you can see yesterday they made $23. Today they've made $25. Those 2 days combined were greater than last month total. So that's 2 days of income beat last month's entire income. That's an 892% increase. But what about Amazon? Now here's another student who last month they only did 2 sales, a total of $10. That won't even buy you a meal. That's very, very poor. How about this though? If you look at this, this went up to $233 and 45 sales. And it's only February 15th. That's 2 weeks. And already they've increased their profits by 2,261%. Now, here's the thing. You've worked long hours to create a great site, but you likely have zero traffic. And when you put all this heart and soul into every website and you know, hey, this really should start making me money, when you see zero traffic, it can make you want to tear your hair out and give up. And it's a sad fact that 95% of all internet marketers give up before they even see profits. It's a sad, sad fact. But let's talk about the 3 things you need to do to make real money online. Now, to make money from your site, you need 3 core things. You need great content on your site, and a lot of you guys have been creating that great content. You know it's good content, and then you need an offer to drive people to, and then right on the back of that you need lots of traffic, and your good content should be a magnet for that, driving those people to your offer so you can make some money. And you've spent all that time and effort creating great content, but you need one thing. Your content must be seen. And if it's not being seen, then it's useless to you. And here's the problem. You have old content on your site right now that you probably haven't touched in a long time, maybe a couple of months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe even longer than that. The problem is when you're not paying attention and actively promoting and driving people to those older posts, they're basically dead. And if your old content is not being seen, you could potentially be losing thousands of dollars every single month. And there is nothing worse than seeing money just float away that should be in your pocket. And the problem with this is it leaves your old content dead and basically useless to you. It's absolutely no use whatsoever. So what we need to do here is help you revive that dead content and help you generate more and more traffic with that fantastic content. Now, the old way was to basically blast your site with backlinks and hope for the best. Well, let me ask you a question. How's that working out? Obviously not very well, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this right now. And with all of the changes that the search engines are making right now, which seem to be almost every week, you know there must be a smarter way to get your old content seen. Now, this is exactly why most site owners fail to get high rankings. And the old ways honestly just don't work anymore. Now, you still need backlinks, but you need the right kind of links. And you're probably asking what kind of links those are. Well, let me tell you, without the right kind of links, you just won't rank. It's just that simple. Now, you're probably asking, as I say, what are the right kind of links? Well, what you need are fresh social links. Now, these are links that unleash floods of hungry, laser-targeted viral traffic on your site. They want exactly what you have to offer. And not only that, these are links that force the search engines to rank your old dead content. And when that happens, you will start to see your numbers, your profits, your sales, your rankings, and everything else shoot through the roof. And that's exactly what we all need. And that's why I am proud to tell you about P.I.N.G. Fresh. Now, this is our new tool, and it really is awesome. It's your all-in-one revenue stream solution that attracts floods of new traffic like a profit-pulling machine, which sounds absolutely phenomenal. But what does it do? Well, here's a couple of the cool things it can do for you. It will help you revive your old content and push it to hundreds of secret viral sites automatically. And this continuously promotes your content, and it acts like a social sonar pulse running 24/7, 365, and it can dramatically boost your site's social footprint, which is a critical factor that 99% of people ignore, and it really is critical in the new era of SEO. Now, by putting this on your site, you're doing something huge. You are basically placing a huge sign right in front of your target market saying, "My site is here." And this game-changing strategy has been battle-tested by me for the last 2 years. I've been using this on most of my sites, and with all of the changes in the search engines, this has become a stronger and stronger strategy. And not only that, it's been proven to start boosting traffic in as little as 72 hours. But you're probably asking yourself, how exactly does this work? Well, once you put this plugin on your website, it starts looking at your content and creating what we call the social sonar pulse. And it basically takes your content and pushes it out to these very, very powerful viral sites, including some of the top social networks out there. And as I say, 200 plus secret viral sites that we use. Now, here's the cool thing. Once it goes out there, you're skipping the search engines altogether. You're going direct to the traffic sources where the people are, where your target market lays right now. And then you pull all those people into your site. And literally, it turns you into a rock star. And this works 24/7, 365 on autopilot. And it can be set up in under 30 seconds. Now, that is very powerful by itself, but let me tell you about another thing we have called time warp. Now, imagine a scenario where you've just created an awesome piece of content. You've just put it up there. It's phenomenal. You've slaved away on it, making sure you've got everything just right, and you know this should be getting an incredible amount of traffic, but it doesn't. And then over time, you start creating more and more content and everything else. That old content is all getting buried under the pile and is basically becoming dead and useless, like we talked about earlier on. Well, here's the thing. Time Warp actually tracks all of your content. It looks at the bots and seeing which pages have seen a search engine bot in the however many days you want it to track. So say, for example, this piece of content hasn't been seen or checked by a bot in over 2 months. It's basically a sign that your content is 100% dead. So what we do is P.I.N.G. Fresh then looks at it and says, you know what? This content needs to be freshened. So what we do is we take it, we freshen it up, and we put it back on top of the blog. We take your content, we make it look 100% fresh and new, because as far as the search engines are concerned, it's dead, it doesn't exist. We make them pay attention again, as if there was a brand new post. So we can literally revamp all of your old content and put it back to work for you. Now, another thing we have is called P.I.N.G Booster, and this is truly a powerful social echo. Now, imagine that if every time you got a visitor to your website, you had the chance to get even more visitors from that one visitor. Wouldn't that be cool? So here's what P.I.N.G Booster does. It basically detects every time a visitor comes maybe from a search engine and starts what we call the social echo. It puts out a little pulse based on your visitor's activity. And this lets other people know that your site exists. So what happens is they come to your site and say, hey, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. And then what happens is they come to your site, it triggers the same thing. And then gets more people coming to your site again and again. And literally this is truly a social echo. So that's another feature of P.I.N.G. Now, we don't stop there. Imagine that you could put a little bot on your site that literally tracks everything that's happening with the search engine. Well, that's what we've got with Bot Spy. Basically, this little fellow, he will track over 200 search engine bots in real time and let you know exactly what's happening on your site at a glance and send you notifications about everything that's happening out there. If you want to know if the search engines are paying attention to you, this is a very, very powerful and simple way to do it. And literally shows you and lets you know exactly what's happening and when. Now, this is a very, very powerful feature. But guys, that is a lot of power. And best of all, it's all 100% automatic. You put this plugin on your site, literally there's almost zero configuration. And like I say, you can be set up in under 30 seconds. This is perfect for new sites, old sites, for experienced marketers, or complete newbies who just need more traffic. And I'll be honest, that is just the tip of the iceberg. I have barely even scratched the surface. And there are many more gems and strategies that we worked into this. And I'm going to be quite honest, it would take me over an hour to tell you all of the hidden power that's within this system and all the features and the strategies and everything else. And like I say, this is all done for you 100% automatically within one very powerful yet simple to use plugin. Now, you could try and do all of this manually, and I'll be quite honest, I used to do it manually, and it made me want to literally throw my computer out the window. It takes hundreds of hours to set up. It's a real pain in the backside. And I'm going to tell you the truth right now. You shouldn't be working that hard for traffic, ever. And that's exactly why the smart site owners out there like you are grabbing this right now. It's also why my students were able to go from 0 to over 7,000 visitors to their site every single day. And with this much power and results like that, you would think this probably cost something like $197. And I'll be quite honest, if it was at that price, it would be worth every penny. But my commitment is to your success. I know how much you've struggled trying to get where you are right now. I know how much frustration it causes when you don't see the traffic you feel your site deserves and you're not seeing the revenue from that site. So even if it was $97, this plugin with all of those features and all of the ones that we just have not had time to discuss here today, it would be an absolute bargain. And if you could get this right now for $47, that would be a steal. Think about all the power, all of the traffic you can get and what you can do with that traffic. Imagine what you would be able to do right now with 7,000 visitors a day. Now, $47 would be a bargain price, like I say, it'd be fantastic. And any less than that would be a total no-brainer. Well, here you go. This is a total no-brainer because you can get this right now for just $27. And the reason we are making it this low, I want to make it accessible to everyone who has struggled to make any money, who has struggled to get any traffic, and this is a pre-launch special price. We may take this down at any time because I've had lots of people tell me I'm absolutely crazy to let everyone have this at $27. Now, as you are one of the truly smart marketers out there and you see the massive potential here, I know that you're going to grab a copy of this. So to get your copy right now, doesn't matter what time of day or night it is, click on the Get Instant Access button you see on the right hand side right now. You'll be taken directly to checkout and then you'll be able to jump on board, get access to the members area and all the great training we have in there. We have some fantastic bonuses. We've got over $500 worth of training. Like I say, this is a very, very powerful system, and I know you're absolutely going to love it. So with that being said, go click on that order button right now, the Get Instant Access button, and I will see you in the members area very shortly.